So, good evening. How are you guys? While getting ready to do our topic for tonight, we're going to explore how to find off-market properties, right? I'm going to be sharing my screen in a minute, and we're going to explore how do we go about finding off-market properties with the market being as hot as it is, right? So, how do we do that? Bring up my screen. All right. How do we go about finding off-market properties when the market is so hot, things are flying off the market like crazy? And if you're in the market of buying a home, it is so difficult to find a home. Not only that, you find your dream home, and next thing you know, someone has outbidded you because these properties are getting all these different bids, right? One property might get 10, 15, 20, 30 offers in the first 48 hours, if not 24 hours of listing it. How do you beat out? How do you compete with that if you're looking to buy? And another thing is, if you're looking to do FHA or VA financing, how do you compete with cash buyers or buyers that are putting 20 or more percent down? How do you compete with that? Where we find these properties from? And if there's 20 offers and you're doing an FHA or VA loan and you need a seller's concession and the other properties bidding on the same property and they're paying cash or 20% or more down, how do you compete with that? That's what's going on in Central Florida right now, by the way. Well, it was always going on, but it's really intensified right now. So if you are a typical buyer and you have like a first-time home buyer, for instance, doing an FHA or VA loan, you're kind of like out of the market unless you find something that's off the market that nobody else is competing on, right? Like maybe a new construction home. But if you don't want to find, if you can't find a new construction home, because that's another story by itself, where the builders are only releasing lots bit by bit. So they may have 20 people on a wait list and they only release 5 lots. And which 5 people is going to get that property, right? So it's just getting really insane. So in this insanity, how do you go about finding off-market properties so you're not competing with 20 or more other buyers? You're not waiting for the builders to release their lots, or maybe you're not even in the price range of a new construction. So that's not going to work for you. And you don't want to be necessarily in a touristy area, because the only areas right now that's not as hot in Central Florida are some of the vacation homes, and not the pool homes, because the pool homes are flying off the market, but more like the town homes and the condos. Those are taking a little bit longer to sell. Some of them are really not. So now, how do we compete with this? So let's examine this tonight, guys. Let's get started. How do I beat out other buyers to hot new listings? How do I go about doing that? So we have several techniques that we use to do that, and we're going to be going through that tonight. We're in a crazy seller's market. How do buyers find homes and not break the bank, right? How do you find a home and not having to come back to the closing table with cash, right? Because if the property was at 350 and it got bid up to 400,000, and then the appraisal comes in at 350, you're going to have to bring that extra $50,000 to the closing table. And some buyers are actually doing that. But is there a way to avoid that? Is there a way where we don't have to do that? So one of the things that we do, we create what is called a VIP buyers list. We have our VIP buyers list. And our VIP buyers list consists of buyers that are working with us. That means they're our clients. They sign a buyer's contract with us, a buyer's agreement with us. And they decide, listen, we need to find a home. We don't want to break the bank. We are being outbid. What can you guys do? So that's where we come in and we go after off-market properties. Now, where are these off-market properties? Well, what we do is we first find out from our buyers what areas they're looking to buy in. What is their areas of interest? What neighborhood would meet their family needs, right? Once we pick the neighborhood, then we do a CMA, or a market comparable analysis, to find out what is the price range in that area. What are homes in that area selling for? Once we determine that, if our buyers qualify for that price range, then we go ahead and contact the sellers in that neighborhood. Of course, we have to have a signed agreement with our buyers. So they sign and say, yes, I give you the permission to go out there to this neighborhood that I want to buy in, and I want you to find me a home. So we're basically telling the sellers, listen, we have a pre-approved buyer. This is the buyer's story. Maybe it's mom and dad with 2 kids. They really like this neighborhood because of the amenities that it offers, because of the close proximity to the highways, or the close proximity to where they work, whatever the situation is. And we definitely we contact the sellers and find out if they're thinking of selling. Now, there's a lot of sellers thinking of selling right now, but they don't want to put their properties on the market because they don't want the bidding frenzy to start. They don't want a bunch of people in their home because of COVID that's we're going through right now, and they don't want the inconvenience of having to deal with so many agents coming to show the property. So what they'll tell us is, listen, I'm thinking of selling. If I find a buyer that's willing to pay my price, of course, a price that's appraised for the property, then I'll move. So once we go in that neighborhood and the seller raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm thinking of selling, we connect that seller to our buyer, and then this is how the sale is made. Now, if that house doesn't work, they might give us a neighborhood. The neighborhood may have 500 houses in there, right? So we're contacting 500 sellers, and we're thinking if 5 of the 500 sellers raise their hand, surely our buyers are going to be okay with one of those 5 homes if that's the neighborhood they want, because we're going after the neighborhood, the square footage, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, all that great stuff. We're scrubbing that list to make sure that we're contacting the correct seller. And a few weeks ago, I spoke about direct marketing, or what we call target marketing, right? Where we target the neighborhood that we're looking for, the bedrooms, the baths, and all that stuff. And every big company does target marketing. Rolls-Royce, they target market the people that's going to buy their car. Mercedes-Benz, they do the same thing. Neiman Marcus, they know what areas to go into because they target the area that they know their products will sell. What about luxury yachts, right? How do they sell luxury yachts? Like, I've never seen a commercial for a luxury yacht, but yet they're selling every day. So all these companies, they do what is called target marketing, which is what we do to market our customers' listings, when we're selling a property. And we also do the same thing for our buyers. We target market the neighborhood and the sellers that are willing to sell. Once we connect you with that seller, then you have, you're working directly with the seller, right? That's one way of finding off-market property. Another thing is we work with a lot of builders. And sometimes builders have things coming up on the market that nobody else knows about because of the way the market is, right? So they'll say, listen, this is coming on the market tomorrow. We're only releasing 2 or 3 properties. If your seller comes in and put an offer in at this point, we'll sell it to them. We have that as well, okay? We also have listings that have been canceled. Some listings have been canceled. Some listings have been withdrawn. Some listings have expired for whatever the reason is. We go after those sellers and we make a one-on-one appointment with them and our buyer. So we have a huge list of buyers in waiting that we connect with to help them to find an off-market property, okay? Our VIP buyers get off-market properties only, and we market exclusive for them. So if you're looking to buy and you are being outbidded, you've put an offer in on several homes and you just did not get none of them accepted, give us a call, 407-791-4713, and we will be able to find your home. I can guarantee it, right? I guarantee that we have found so many off-market properties for our buyers. It's not even funny. We're not scared to put up the advertising dollars to go market to find the sellers that are looking to sell, if only they could find a one-on-one buyers. Many people are selling their homes to Zillow and OfferPad and all these different companies because they can't find, because they don't want, the sellers are selling to OfferPad and Zillow because guess what? They don't want the friends in the house. They don't want 200 people coming in to look at their home. They don't want the big bidding thing going on. So when they sell their properties to Zillow or to OfferPad, they're actually losing out because Zillow is taking off the commission, plus they're charging them a convenience fee. So if they don't have to do that, they don't want to do that, right? They'd rather have an agent work with them directly and get it sold for market value, not for a discounted price. And our buyers are willing to pay the property market value, and this is how we win. We also have REO and bank-owned properties as well. So here's the story. We find homes for you that are not available on Zillow.com or on Realtor.com or any buyer's website. So we're finding homes that are nowhere on the internet. They're not on Zillow, they're not on Realtor.com, they're not on Redfin, they are nowhere to be found on the internet. We are going after sellers that are looking to sell, and we are taking our buyers to these sellers who are looking to sell, but they don't want so many people in their home. They just want to find a pre-approved buyer, a buyer that's approved to buy their home, deal one-on-one with this buyer, sell the home, and they move on. And that's what we do. Now, if you're looking to sell your home and buy another home, we also have a program that allows you to buy the home that you're looking for. You buy that home, move in that home, then sell your home. Okay, we have a program like that as well. Okay, so what neighborhood are you looking to buy in? Are you looking to buy in a particular neighborhood, and every time something comes on the market in that neighborhood, it gets swiped off the market within 2 or 3 days. Like you see the property, the next day you go on the internet, it's pending, right? How many people have that happened to? How many people have seen a property on the market, and by the time they call their real estate agent, the property is gone? Or how many people have been looking and they see the property come up and actually made an offer? I've had buyers that do that, make an offer on the property before they see the property, but the offer was still not accepted. How many people have experienced this? This is what the market is doing. And what we're telling you is don't chase the market. Don't just look at the homes that are on the internet. You have got to find off-market properties, bank-owned properties, REOs, sellers who are thinking of selling, for sale by owners who are not necessarily on the internet. They're thinking of selling. They may have a site in the yard, or they may have told their neighbors. You know, there are people that says, hey, if you know of anyone looking to buy in my neighborhood, I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that I'm thinking of selling, right? Those are the people you want to be making offers on, because you're not going to run into 50 offers on one property at the same time. And that's where the market is swaying right now, right? So if you're a serious buyer looking to buy, I've lost out on many offers, I've overbidded and still not won the property, we invite you to try our program. I could send you a video on this program. It takes you step by step by how it works, where we go out, find you off-market properties, and you're able to put an offer in on the off-market properties. We're not going to just find you one home, right? Because again, if we are targeting a particular neighborhood, more than one seller is going to raise their hand. More than one seller is going to say, I'm thinking of selling. And here's what they're going to say. I'm thinking of selling. If you have a pre-approved buyer, bring them over. I don't want anyone that's wasting my time, right? I'm thinking of selling, but I'm going to sell probably in another 2 or 3 months, because that's when my job is moving me. I'm going to sell, but I'm building a home, and the home is going to be done in about 6 months from now. So if your buyer is willing to wait for 6 months, I'll sell it to them, right? I'm going to sell, but maybe in another year, maybe by next year, because I need to get my kids out of, as soon as my kids graduate high school, they're now in the 12th grade, they graduate in June or April or May. As soon as they graduate, you know, I'm just giving you the different scenarios that the sellers are telling us. And so all we have to do is connect the right seller to the right buyer, and there you go, right? Our Dream Home Finder program works. We actually have to spend money to go out and reach out to these sellers, because obviously they're not saying, here I am, here I am. So we have to target market. Once we take down what you are looking for, we have to target market to find those sellers. We find them and we have you view the home. And if it's something you want to get, we immediately write up an offer, no matter when we're going to close. Write up an offer, put the property in escrow, and then we have the closing date. Whether it's going to be a 60-day closing date, a 30-day closing date, or a 3-month closing date, we lock it, right? That way you're locked into it, and the seller can't change their mind 2 months down the line and say, yeah, I was thinking of selling in 3 months. Now it's the 2nd month. I'm thinking maybe, maybe I could get more money, or whatever it is they're going to say, right? You lock it. Just like when you buy a new construction home and it takes the builder 7 to 9 months to build a home, and the builder cannot tell you at the 9th month that, you know what, we sold this property at $350, but now that it's 9 months down the line, it's now worth $400. They got to give us $50,000 more. The builders can't tell you that, because you're already locked into the contract. Same thing with our Dream Home Finder. Once we find the seller that's willing to sell, we do a market analysis. We give them the price that that the property is worth. We go to our buyers and say, listen, we found the property. This is how much it's worth. This is what it offers. Do you want to take a look? They want to take a look. They take a look. When they take a look, if that's something that they want, we create a contract immediately, and we work out the closing date between the buyer and the seller, okay? So it doesn't have to be immediate. It could be a few months down the line, if that's what it takes. So I just pretty much explained to you how the Dream Home Finder program works, but let me go into more details. If you're thinking of buying a home, the first thing we'll have you do is give us a call and make an appointment, and we'll go over our VIP program with you. On our VIP program, once you sign into our VIP program, there's a few things that happen. The first thing is we promise that we will save you up to $5,000 in buying a home. And if we don't save you this $5,000, we will give you $500 at the closing table. That's our first guarantee. Our second guarantee is we're going to negotiate on your best terms, in terms of when do you need to move in the home by, what is your family needs, what are you looking for in a home, what neighborhood do you want to target, all this kind of stuff. And we're going to get that. For instance, let's say you told us you need to get a home with a fenced-in backyard because you have pets. Or maybe you might say, I need to have a home that has a pool, right? Or maybe you might say, I need to have a home that's close to this area because that's where I work, right? Whatever that is, we put all that into the criteria to find you a home. When you sign on with us, you also have a cancellation guarantee. So if at any point during our Dream Home Finder program that you're a VIP buyer, if you don't feel like we're doing the necessary steps to get you a home, or we're not finding you off-market properties, or we're only finding junks or whatever it is, you could cancel at any time, no question asked, no obligations, right? The only thing we ask you for on our VIP buyer program to do our Dream Home Finder program is your loyalty. That's all we ask you for. Once you give us your loyalty, we will go out there and we will do at our cost, we will find a home for you. And it's more likely going to be an off-market home. Now, do we work with online on-market homes? Of course. We have access to the entire MLS, and we definitely work with properties there. But if you're being outbidded or what you're looking for is not, I'm going to take a drink of water, guys. Thank you so much. Or if what you're looking for is not feasible, like you might need a 3% seller's concession, or you're doing FHA or VA and the conventional loans are beating you out, then we'll go directly with the seller. So that's how the program works, and you could cancel at any time. We have a video that explains the whole process. So you could request a video, we send it right over to you. It's a YouTube video that explains the entire process to you as well. We also work with several lenders that we work with to help you to find the ideal financing, right? Maybe you need down payment assistance. Maybe you need to work on your credit a little bit before you're 100% ready to buy a home. Whatever that situation is, we have people that we work with at that. So to request a video for further details, you could call this number or you could email us, right? Give us a call or email us if you want more information. On our Facebook page is Living in Orlando. That's the page. Living in Orlando is our Facebook page. On our Facebook page, our first video on that page is about our Dream Home Finder program, how we help you find a home. Whether you're selling a home, whether you're a first-time home buyer, or you're selling a home to buy another home, because that's a catch-22, you don't want to end up owning two houses, right? So we do have a program that helps you to sell your home, help you to buy a home first, and then sell your second, right? We also have a performance guarantee where if we don't sell your home in the allotted time that we said we're going to sell it, then we'll buy it and you'll still be able to buy your other home. So whatever the situation is, we have programs that work that will definitely give you a smooth transition, whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're thinking of buying another home to sell your home, or you're looking to buy a condo or a townhome, or whatever you're looking to do, our Dream Home Finder will work for you. So to make an appointment for the free consultation, you could go to the gift group, this website here. If that is too long of a thing for you to even remember, you could go to thegiftgroup.com. So this will be here, thegiftgroup.com. And as you stroll on in the middle of the page, you will see where you can make an appointment with us. Okay. So become a VIP buyer today and get access to off-the-market properties. And the reason why I'm stressing off-the-market properties is because there's too many bidding frenzy going on, and a lot of people are getting outbidded and they're not able to buy a home, and it's a shortage of homes, and the builders are playing monopoly and lottery with their lots, so they're not easily available. Yes, we could get you a new construction. I love new construction. I talk about that all the time. But if you're not qualified to get a new construction home, as far as the price range is concerned, because the price range are going up, guys, they're going up. Or if you prefer a resale home, we could still help you. Or if you want a home in an established neighborhood as opposed to a new neighborhood, we can also do that for you. So we cover all aspects. If you're thinking of buying a home and you have questions like, what's a home inspection? How much should I put down? Can I buy a home with no money down, right? That's advertised a lot. How do I get down payment assistance, right? What steps should I take in preparing to buy a home? All these questions is answered here at our website, centralfloridarealestate.info. This website is a free website. It was designed to answer a lot of questions that I know buyers have. I've been doing real estate since 2001. That's a lot of years, wow. So I pretty much know a lot of questions. There's some questions that I still haven't heard yet, I'm pretty sure, because there's always someone coming with a question you've never heard. But for the most part, a lot of the questions that a lot of buyers have is answered on this web link. So if you go to centralfloridarealestate.info, that will give you a lot of information on real estate, just basic questions. It's free of charge. You don't have to use us to visit this website. All the reports on there are free. We're not charging anything for the reports, but it answers a lot of your questions. Okay, so that's a good thing. So what's our contact information? Here's our contact information if you want to get in touch with us to find off the market properties, or to join our VIP buyer program, or to join our Dream Home Finder program. Okay, these are three different programs. You could do all three. This is the contact info, and you could actually text this number because it is a cell phone. This is our website. For our website, you go on our website, and if you scroll down to the middle of the page, it has a link for you to make an appointment. You could email us at this number, at this address. Email us at this number. Listen, since the time was changed yesterday, no, Sunday. See, I'm even off a time. Since the time was changed on Sunday, I've been catching up with time. Like, I almost didn't make this recording today because I couldn't believe it was 7 o'clock when it was 7 o'clock. I had so much stuff going on today. I almost wasn't able to come on time, but I did make it. It's almost like I'm catching up with time. Last night when it was 9 p.m., I couldn't believe it was. I was like, wait, what? It's dark. It's 9 o'clock. So this particular daylight saving time, I'm catching up with time. It's like so much stuff happening. The market is so busy, and I'm doing all these things. So I'm catching up with time. So forgive me. It's an email address, not a phone number. The phone number is here. Don't email me at the number. Email me at this email address. And if you want to make an appointment with us directly, this is our direct link. This link has the full calendar, as well as if you went here and stroll down the middle of the page and get here. It has our full schedule, so we won't be overbooking, right? You could schedule a call. It could be a regular phone call, or it could be a Zoom call. We do both, right? I like the Zoom calls because at that point I'm able to actually look, we're able to actually search with you what you're looking for, what would be your ideal home, your neighborhood. We could look at homes together. We could see what your curb appeal is. How do you want the house to flow as far as the bedrooms and the bathrooms? Do you want a split floor plan? Do you want a full floor plan? That kind of thing. You're looking for something with an in-law suite. So those kind of things kind of help us with all that information. So guys, the market is crazy. We don't know how long this is going to continue, but the fact is we could still find you off-market properties where you're not competing with other buyers on the market. We target market for you to find you sellers that are looking to sell homes that you want to buy. We work through for sale by owners who are looking to sell, but they don't necessarily want all the crazy people in their homes. We're working with builders who have off-the-market new construction homes as well that no one knows anything about. They have lease back programs. They have model homes sometimes that come on the market for sale. They have deals that fall through, right? This is a good way. This is a good thing to benefit from our builders relationship, because many times people will go and they put a contract down on a home and they're building the home, but their financing falls through. And these homes the builder must sell. They're sometimes called inventory homes or quick moving homes, right? The deal fall apart. The builder don't want to sit on that home. The only difference with this home is it already has in there what the person wanted, right? So it already has their color choice of cabinets and countertops and tiles and carpet. But the thing about it is you could go in and make your own changes, right? As long as the cabinets and the countertops are what you want, because that's a big change, right? That's the only difference. But the thing about it is some builders give most of the same packages. They give the same counters and the cabinets and that kind of thing, even though you could choose colors. So you could possibly get a new construction home because of a deal that fell through, and then you could just up right into it, right? So that's another way too. We do bank-owned properties, we do foreclosures, we do distressed sales. So we always have a list of off-market properties available that we could connect you with. And as I said, we do target marketing to the seller. So once you give us the neighborhood that you want, the price range you're in, we definitely make sure that the price range you're in is going to match up to the neighborhood you're asking us to find it in, right? That's very important. The property has to appraise for that property, for that value. So once all that's set up, we go out and we find your home. We do have a Dream Home Finder agreement that you sign, and it simply says that you give us the right to go out and market on your behalf to sellers that are looking to sell their home. That way the sellers don't think we're making the story up and we're just looking for a listing, right? That way they know for sure that we do have this buyer, this is their name, this is the agreement they signed with us, we're looking for a home on their behalf, and they will talk to us, right? And it's always good to go through an agent, guys, because remember, the sellers, if you deal with the sellers directly, it may not be in your best favor, it may be in the seller's favor. When you deal with a real estate agent, we level the playing field and we become the neutral party between the transaction. So we disclose to you what you need to know regarding the property, right? So that's very important. So I thank you so much for listening to me go on and on with this today. We're coming upon time, so I need to stop. If you're watching through YouTube, we invite you to like our channel, give us a thumbs up, um, and subscribe to the channel because we have all kinds of information that we share with you all the time. Now, one last thing before I go. This year, we have joined up with the foster care community. We want to help the foster care program. The foster care program has suffered tremendously because of COVID, and they're in need of so much different things, including foster moms. So we made a commitment with them that we are going to, for every referral that we get from our buyers, we're going to commit 3% back to the foster care program for the entire year. This is going to help them to buy supplies for these children, bikes, clothes, maybe throw a Christmas party for them, a birthday party that they may have never had. Some kids only get used stuff. Maybe we could get them something new for a change. But that is where our goal is this year is we want to help the foster care program. Okay. So when you do business with us, you are helping a child, you're helping the foster care. And when you refer your business to us, you're even helping even more because for each of your referral that you give to us, whatever we make from that referral, we give 3% back to the foster care program. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. I enjoy your company and I will see you next week.